I was scrolling through Instagram on a Tuesday morning when I saw it. Monica, standing in front of the Colosseum in Rome, arms around Jennifer and Susan, all three of them laughing. The caption read, "Best friends trip to Italy. 35 years strong." I stared at the photo for a long time. 35 years. That's how long we'd been friends. We'd gone on a girls' trip together every single year. But this year, nobody told me. They'd created a new group chat, planned the whole thing, booked the hotels, and left me out. What they didn't know was that 6 months earlier, when we were planning this trip together, I had paid the deposit for everyone. $18,000. On my credit card. And I still had the receipts. My name is Linda Hartford. I'm 58 years old, a retired high school English teacher, and until that Tuesday morning, I thought I had the kind of friendships people write books about. Monica, Jennifer, Susan, Patricia, and me. The five of us met in 1989 at a new mothers group in Chicago. We were all in our early 20s, exhausted, overwhelmed, holding screaming babies and wondering if we'd ever sleep again. We bonded over spit-up stains and sleepless nights and the terrifying realization that nobody actually knows what they're doing as a parent. Those women became my lifeline. My sisters. My chosen family. For 35 years, we celebrated everything together. Birthdays. Graduations. Weddings. Divorces. Career changes. Empty nests. We held each other through miscarriages and cancer scares and the deaths of parents. We knew each other's secrets, our fears, our dreams. And every single year, without fail, we took a girls' trip. Just the five of us. No husbands. No kids. Just us, rediscovering who we were outside of being wives and mothers and employees. It was sacred. Our 1 week a year where we were just ourselves. Our trips were legendary. In 1995, we drove to Nashville and stayed in a tiny motel, singing karaoke until 2 a.m. In 2003, we went to Paris and got hilariously lost trying to find the Eiffel Tower. In 2010, we rented a beach house in Cabo and spent a week reading trashy novels and drinking margaritas. I told myself everyone was just tired. January is hard. People are stressed. It's fine. Then in late February, Monica texted the group, "Hey ladies, I've been thinking. Maybe we should skip this year's trip? Everyone seems so busy. Let's regroup next year." I felt a pang of disappointment, but I understood. Life gets complicated. People have responsibilities. I texted back, "Of course. We'll do something extra special next year." Jennifer and Susan agreed. Patricia sent a thumbs-up emoji. And that was it. No trip this year. I was sad, but I accepted it. March came and went. I stayed busy. I volunteered at the library. I took a watercolor painting class. I visited my daughter and her family in Portland for a week. But I missed my friends. So in early April, I texted the group, "Coffee this weekend? I miss you guys." Monica replied, "Can't, visiting my sister." Jennifer, out of town. Susan, swamped with work. Patricia didn't respond at all. I tried again 2 weeks later. Same thing. Excuses. Silence. I started to feel uneasy. Something was wrong. But I couldn't put my finger on it. Then came that Tuesday morning in early May. May 7th, to be exact. I woke up at 7:15 a.m., made myself a cup of coffee, and sat down on my couch with my phone. I opened Instagram the way I did every morning, mindlessly scrolling through photos of gardens and grandchildren and motivational quotes. And then I saw it. A photo posted by Monica at 6:42 a.m. Chicago time, which meant it was early afternoon in Italy. Monica, Jennifer, and Susan, arms wrapped around each other, smiling brilliantly in front of the Colosseum. The caption, "Best friends trip to Italy. 35 years strong. Italian heavy black heart hashtag Rome together hashtag friendship goals hashtag living our best lives." I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. I stared at the photo. Read the caption again. Scrolled through the comments. There were dozens. Friends from our community, people I knew, commenting things like "You ladies are living the dream," and friendship goals, and wish I was there. I kept scrolling. Monica had posted other photos. One from 2 days ago at the airport, off on an adventure with my favorite people. Another from yesterday, first day in Rome and already in love. Spaghetti wineglass. I clicked on Jennifer's profile. Same photos. Different captions. Exploring Rome with these queens. I clicked on Susan's. 35 years of friendship, and we are still going strong. I searched for Patricia's profile. She'd posted too. Living la dolce vita with my soul sisters. All of them. They were all there. Together. In Italy. On the trip we supposedly cancelled because everyone was too busy. My hands were shaking. I set my coffee down because I was afraid I'd drop it. I opened our old group chat, the one we'd used for years. The last message was from February 28th. Monica's text about cancelling the trip. Nothing after that. Not a single word. I opened my contacts and scrolled through. Then I noticed something strange. There was a group chat I'd never seen before. Or maybe I'd been removed from it. I couldn't tell. But the timing was obvious. They'd created a new group. Planned the trip. And deliberately left me out. I sat there for a long time, staring at my phone, trying to understand. Why? What had I done? Had I said something offensive? Forgotten someone's birthday? Been unavailable when they needed me? I replayed every conversation, every text, every interaction from the past 6 months. I couldn't think of anything. Nothing that would warrant this. This deliberate, calculated exclusion. I called Monica. Straight to voicemail. I called Jennifer. Voicemail. Susan. Voicemail. Of course. They were in Italy, probably had their phones on airplane mode or international settings. Or maybe they were ignoring me. I didn't know anymore. I texted the old group chat. I see you're all in Italy. I thought we cancelled the trip. I watched the screen. No response. No typing bubbles. Nothing. I felt humiliated. Betrayed. Heartbroken. These were the women I'd stood beside for 35 years. I'd held Monica's hand through her divorce. I'd helped Jennifer care for her mother during hospice. I'd thrown Susan's 50th birthday party. I'd driven 4 hours in a snowstorm to be there when Patricia's son was in a car accident. And they'd left me behind without a word. Without an explanation. Just gone. I spent the rest of that day crying. I didn't answer calls from my daughter. I didn't leave the house. I just sat on my couch, scrolling through their photos, torturing myself. That night, lying in bed at 11:30 p.m., I opened my laptop. I needed to understand. I needed answers. I went through my email archives, searching for our old trip planning emails. And that's when I found it. An email thread from November, 6 months earlier. Subject line, Italy 2024, let's make it happen. We'd all been part of the conversation. Monica had sent the first email. Ladies, I found an amazing deal. Rome, Florence, and the Amalfi Coast. Luxury hotels. 10 days in May. But we need to book now to lock in the prices. Who's in? We'd all replied enthusiastically. I'd said, I'm absolutely in. This sounds incredible. Jennifer. Yes. I've always wanted to go to Italy. Susan. Count me in. Patricia. Let's do it. Then Monica had replied, perfect. The total is about $36,000 for all 5 of us. Flights, hotels, some tours. It breaks down to about $7,200 per person. But here's the thing, we need to pay a 50% deposit now to hold the reservations. That's $18,000 total. Can someone put it on their card and we'll all Venmo you our share? I remembered this. I'd volunteered immediately. I had a travel rewards credit card with a high limit, and I'd get points. I'd replied, I can do it. Just send me the booking details. Monica had sent me links to the hotel websites and the travel agency. I'd called, given my credit card information, and paid $18,000 in deposits. Monica, Jennifer, Susan, and Patricia had all Venmo'd me their shares over the next few days. $3,600 each. I'd received the payments. Marked them in my spreadsheet. Everything was settled. Or so I thought. I kept reading the email thread. The last email was from early December, Monica writing, "Okay ladies, we are all set. Deposits paid, flights booked for May 3rd. I'll send everyone the full itinerary after the holidays. This is going to be the best trip yet." And we'd all replied with excited emojis and exclamation points. But then in February, Monica had texted the group saying we should cancel. And I'd agreed. But now, staring at these Instagram photos, I realized something. They hadn't cancelled. They'd just cancelled me. They'd kept the reservation. Changed my room to someone else's name, maybe Patricia's sister or one of their other friends. They'd gone without me. After I'd paid $18,000 to secure the whole trip. I opened my credit card statement from November. There it was. 4 separate charges to Italian hotels and 1 to a travel booking agency. $18,312. I'd been reimbursed for $14,400, the 4 shares my friends had paid me. But the deposits were still in my name. The reservations were under my credit card. I was the primary account holder, which meant I still had control. I sat up in bed. My heart was pounding, but not from sadness anymore. From clarity. From purpose. These women had lied to me, excluded me, humiliated me. They'd used my money, my credit, my trust, and then tossed me aside like I didn't matter. Well, if I didn't matter, then neither did their trip. At 11:52 p.m., I opened my laptop and navigated to the first hotel website. Hotel Vittoria in Rome. 5-star luxury. I logged into the reservation system using the confirmation number from my November email. The reservation was still active. 5 rooms, booked from May 3rd to May 7th under the name Linda Hartford. I scrolled to the bottom of the page and clicked, "Cancel reservation." A pop-up appeared. "Are you sure? Cancellations made less than 30 days before check-in are non-refundable." I clicked Confirm. Reservation cancelled. I moved to the next hotel. Villa Serenity in Florence. Same process. Cancel. Confirm. Then the Boutique Inn on the Amalfi Coast. Cancel. Confirm. Then the private car service reservations Monica had mentioned in one of the emails. Cancel. Then the cooking class in Tuscany. Cancel. Then the wine tasting tour. Cancel. One by one, I dismantled their trip. Every reservation. Every experience. Every carefully planned detail. Gone. By 1:30 a.m., I had cancelled everything. I sat back and stared at my laptop screen. A small, satisfied smile crept across my face. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't mature. But it felt right. They'd made me invisible. So I'd made their trip disappear. The next morning, I woke up at 8:15 a.m. feeling lighter than I had in weeks. I made coffee. I watered my plants. I opened Instagram. Monica had posted another photo at 7:04 a.m. Chicago time, 2:04 p.m. in Italy. The 5 of them at a cafe, cappuccinos in hand. The caption, "Living our best lives in the eternal city." Teacup with handle sparkles. I didn't feel sad anymore. I felt calm. Patient. Because I knew what was coming. It happened at 2:47 p.m. my time, 9:47 p.m. in Italy. My phone buzzed. A call from Monica. I let it ring. Then a text. "Linda, call me. Emergency." I didn't respond. Another call from Jennifer. Then Susan. Then a group text to the old chat, the one they'd abandoned months ago. "Linda, please call US. Something happened with the hotels." I waited until 4:30 p.m. Then I texted back calmly. "Hi. Sorry, I was busy. What's going on?" Monica called immediately. I answered. "Linda." Her voice was frantic. Did you cancel our hotel reservations? I paused. Oh my God, yes. I completely forgot to tell you. When we decided to cancel the trip back in February, I called and cancelled everything so we wouldn't lose the deposits. Why? Is there a problem? Silence. Then, Linda, we are in Italy. We are here. Right now. We've been here for 4 days. And tonight when we tried to check into our Florence hotel, they said the reservation was cancelled. We have no rooms. None of the hotels have our reservations. The car service cancelled. Everything is gone. I let the silence stretch. Then I said softly, I'm confused, Monica. I thought you said we cancelled the trip because everyone was too busy? That's what you told me in February. Another pause. Then Jennifer's voice in the background, let me talk to her. The phone shuffled. Linda, this is insane. We are stranded. We have nowhere to stay. How could you cancel everything without telling us? I kept my voice steady. Jennifer, you told me in February that we weren't going. I followed through on cancelling the reservations like we agreed. I'm sorry if there was miscommunication, but I don't understand why you're all in Italy if we cancelled the trip. More frantic background voices. Then Monica again. Linda, you need to fix this. Call the hotels. Get our rooms back. We have 3 more days here and nowhere to stay. I took a breath. Monica, I can't do that. The cancellations were made within the 30-day window. They are non-refundable. The rooms are gone. The hotels are fully booked now. It's peak tourist season. Linda. Monica's voice cracked. You did this on purpose. You're punishing us. I let that sit for a moment. Then I said quietly, I saw your Instagram photos, Monica. I know you didn't cancel the trip. You just cancelled me. You made a new group chat. You planned everything without me. You let me think I wasn't invited because I wasn't good enough anymore. Because I'm almost 60 and I can't keep up. So no, I'm not going to fix your hotels. I'm not going to rescue you. You made a choice. Now live with it. Linda, please. I hung up. The texts came flooding in. Angry messages. Desperate pleas. Accusations. I blocked them all. Every single number. Monica, Jennifer, Susan, Patricia. Blocked. I deleted Instagram. I didn't need to see their updates anymore. I didn't need to see how their trip fell apart. I just needed to move forward. The next morning, I called my travel agent, a wonderful woman named Rachel who'd helped me plan trips for years. Rachel, I said, I need to book a solo trip. Somewhere beautiful. Somewhere I can think. Somewhere I've never been. She didn't ask questions. How about Bali? There's a stunning resort in Ubud. Private villa, infinity pool, spa, yoga. I can get you a fantastic rate for next week. Book it, I said. 6 days later, I was on a plane. First class. Noise-cancelling headphones. A glass of champagne. And for the first time in weeks, I felt free. Not angry. Not sad. Just free. I spent 10 days in Bali. I took yoga classes at sunrise. I got massages. I read 4 books. I journaled. I hiked through rice terraces. I ate incredible food. I talked to other solo travelers, women my age who'd also decided to stop waiting for other people to make them happy. I learned that being alone doesn't mean being lonely. It means being enough. Just as you are. When I returned home, there was a letter waiting for me. From Monica. Handwritten. 5 pages. She apologized. She explained. She said they'd excluded me because they thought I was going through something and wouldn't enjoy the trip. They thought I seemed distant. Quieter. They didn't want to burden me. They thought they were being kind. I read it twice. Then I put it in a drawer. Maybe someday I'd respond. Maybe not. Because the truth was, their reasons didn't matter anymore. Whether they excluded me out of cruelty or misguided kindness, the result was the same. They made a choice. And so did I. Months later, I ran into Susan at the grocery store. She looked uncomfortable. Linda, I'm so sorry. We handled everything wrong. We should have talked to you. I nodded. You're right. You should have. She hesitated. Do you think we can fix this? Start over. I thought about it. Then I said gently, Susan, I spent 35 years being the person who showed up, who paid the deposits, who held everyone together. And when it mattered, you left me behind. I don't think we can fix that. But I hope you find friendships where you show up too. I walked away. Not angry. Not bitter. Just done. My name is Linda Hartford. I'm 58 years old. I lost 4 friendships that I thought would last forever. But I found something more valuable. I found myself. I learned that loyalty isn't just about being there for the good times. It's about being honest when things are hard. It's about showing up even when it's uncomfortable. And I learned that sometimes the kindest thing you can do for yourself is walk away from people who don't see your worth. I still travel. I've been to Costa Rica, Iceland, Greece. Sometimes solo. Sometimes with new friends I've met along the way. Women who understand that friendship isn't about how long you've known each other. It's about how you treat each other when it counts. And every time I board a plane, I think about that Instagram photo. Monica, Jennifer, and Susan in front of the Coliseum. 35 years strong. Except it wasn't strong. It was fragile. Built on assumptions and unspoken resentments and the belief that just showing up was enough. I don't regret what I did. I don't regret canceling their trip. Because they'd already cancelled me. I just made it official. And in doing so, I freed myself from the exhausting work of pretending everything was fine when it wasn't. I chose me. And that choice changed everything.